So I've been thinking a lot about this idea that maybe things aren't what they seem like in Hawaii. And this works on multiple levels, but primarily I want to talk about what you see online and even what you see in real life. This is gonna be a one-take thing. I just been thinking about this for a while, and so I just wanted to put this out there and see if anybody else either has thought about this or is thinking about this or sees this as well. I am in a Zippy's parking lot right now. I got a thing I got to go to, but I just wanted to talk about this in the time that I have before the event starts and really just share what I just realized, and maybe again other people have realized this as well, but that things aren't what they always seem. And first we can look to something like social media, where we see this very curated and very like tropical, and it's very beautiful, right? It's tranquil, it's all the things, the waterfalls, the drone shots, the beautiful beaches, and they are all there. But if you've ever lived in Hawaii and if you grew up here, you know that's not really how it is to live here. And it's just so interesting that we see that online. We see all this stuff and we know that it's not real. Maybe the people even watching it know that it's not real. And if you tell them that, oh yeah, that's not really like that, they will of course say, oh, of course I know that. But they still buy into that narrative, and sometimes they don't want to be told because maybe it comes across as, oh, you think I'm an idiot? And it's like, no, we're not saying that. I don't think anyone's calling anybody that, but there is this image that Hawaii does have, and it's really not like that for a lot of people. And as I look on social media, as I look on even like news, not local news, but like national news, or they're more like advertisements, I'm like, wow, yeah, that's a really nice image of Hawaii, but it's not the Hawaii that is here, and sometimes that can get a little bit frustrating or discouraging. And locals are often complaining that, oh, it's these tourists or these influencers that come in and they show all the secret places and they talk it up and they glamorize Hawaii, right? They pull all the best things, appropriate the culture, right? And maybe, but I also think that locals contribute to that as well. And we're also the ones who put up this image of the foods that we eat, the places that we go, the perfect pictures that we take, 7, 8, 9 times. We got to take the perfect pictures, and sometimes it's kind of like a very interesting way to portray ourselves as well. If we're upset that people come here and make it into a highlight reel, yet we also do that too. So this all kind of started, I guess, when my wife was out shopping at Ala Moana, and she bumped into someone, and they were shopping at, I guess, a luxury brand store. And I was like, oh, okay, why was she shopping in there? But anyway, she was just browsing. But she noticed that this woman was shopping for luxury bags that were like $10,000. And in a lot of ways, it made her feel like a little maybe insecure or like doubtful, or like, how come she can buy that? And I was like trying to explain, like, just because someone looks at a $10,000 bag doesn't mean that they can actually afford it, and she was looking for like wallets and small things too, and I'm like, oh, it's expensive too. But just because people portray that doesn't necessarily mean that's always the case. Whether it's the cars they drive, the bags, and the things that they have, it's not like that. And maybe it's like that in other places as well, but I think here in Hawaii, because it's so small, people really tend to care about those types of things, that image that you put forth. And I just be careful when you see that. And I even have to do that for myself, that I try to not fall into that trap. And at the same time, don't portray my life in some glamour way. I mean, we're very blessed. We have a place, I have 2 wonderful kids, wonderful wife, great job. But I don't feel like I need to glamorize that any more than needs be. What I share on my YouTube channel is a very small part of my life. It's what I choose to share, and even what I choose to share is often edited, except for this video. It's just gonna be one take. But if you've watched my channel before, you know that it's edited and there's a script and notes and things. So even then, it's not just 100% like, oh, I just thought of all these things. And as I'm thinking about these things, I have to remind myself of that. We have this spider in our living room right now because, I don't know, I guess we had a lot of bugs, I don't know. But there's a lot of bugs in Hawaii. And this spider is in the corner, and we've gotten a lot of flies, like, you know, like the normal house flies, and they come in through the door and the windows, and drives me crazy because they're buzzing around. So, you know, we'll go and smack them. And we started putting the smashed flies, the dead flies, into the spider's web, who's just sitting in the corner, and really is not gonna catch anything there because it's just like off into the corner. And you know, we started putting like 3-4 flies into this guy's, I assume guy, sorry, the spider's web. And the spider must have thought, oh my gosh, I'm amazing. I'm the best spider ever. Look how many flies I'm catching. And little does the spider know that, no, we actually just drop in the flies for them. And when we stopped doing that, or whenever we get to that point where there's no flies, right, then the fly is wondering, oh, what's going on? And that got me thinking about how sometimes I think the successes or the highlights or the wonderful things that a lot of people here have, maybe not a lot, but some people here have, may not necessarily be due to themselves, and that's totally okay. Maybe a gift from a parent or grandparent, or just some really advantageous circumstance, and that's absolutely okay to have those things. I feel like, again, I'm also blessed too. I was able to go to the mainland for college and grew up in a good solid family with, you know, big family and all that. So I had advantages too. But I think it's important to note those things and to remember that that's often not shown in the things that we see online. That just because people have certain things or live a certain way or show what they show online, that's not always necessarily to their own personal credit. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but I think it's important to remember that. So when you yourself are viewing that, you don't feel bad about yourself, like, what's wrong with me? And again, I know that if we talk about that, people are like, I know, it's just social media, it's all fake anyway. But you keep seeing enough fake images, you start believing into that narrative. And again, looking at it from a bigger perspective, more macro perspective, with Hawaii, if you keep seeing these images and this lifestyle, this eat out lifestyle, this consumer lifestyle, this beach, apparently no one works lifestyle, you start to buy into that, and that becomes the main driving narrative. And I think that's why a lot of people look to coming to Hawaii, which is totally fine. They want to come visit, that's fine. If they want to come move here, that's fine. I've always had that position as a local, like, you want to come move to Hawaii? Sure, no, I have no problem with that. But then you get here and then you see how life really is, and it's hard, right? And it's not what it seems to be like online. And that's part of what I think this channel is trying to do, or what I'm trying to do with this YouTube channel, is to help explain that to people who maybe they see different things. Oh, the guy from Zippy's is here. Who see different things, who don't get a chance to talk to anybody about how life is really like here in Hawaii. And I think that's very important. And one of the things that I'm trying to do, to the best of my ability, is not to glamorize my life. It doesn't mean my life is bad or horrible, okay? I don't want anyone to get the wrong impression, but it isn't always like that. And even though the narrative of Hawaii on social media, online, even marketing as a state, as the tourism industry, is supposed to be towards this like paradise land, for me, I'm trying to speak a different narrative more about what it's like, you know, every day. And some people appreciate that, some people don't understand that, but it's something that I've tried to do. And I'm very thankful for all the people who follow this channel. I just passed 30,000 subscribers, which, again, that may seem like a lot, but if you know the reality of YouTube and all that, then you understand that how the views work. And if you're a creator, you know, with analytics, it's not what it appears, right? But the people that do watch, I really appreciate it. And the people that are discovering this channel each and every day, I hope that they see what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to talk about. And also to maybe just see some content that isn't so glamorous, isn't so touched up, isn't so epic drone shot and jumping off of waterfalls and swimming with dolphins and jumping out of a plane. Or, I mean, there is that here, but it's not always that. And when you come in and live here, or if you grew up here, you know that. And it's that culture that I want to talk about and capture. It's that culture, that everyday culture that I grew up with, that a lot of people grew up with, that we all live with every single day. That's the culture that I wish we could share more of in Hawaii. Because there's like Native Hawaiian culture, which is very important. And then there's the tourism industry image, culture, pampering the tourists and the whole thing. And then there's what it's really like to live here in Hawaii. And that's what I want to capture with this channel. So anyway, I think, yeah, I got to get going, but just want to share this one take. Hopefully people can relate, and it's not just me who thinks these things. So thanks for watching, and aloha.
Hello.